Hi, and welcome to the second section of the English Department's Library Research Tour. And this section we're going to be taking a look at library catalog research, and we're just going to focus on the basics in this section. It's a common situation that students find themselves in. Their instructor has assigned a research paper, and the question is, what do we do? So what do we do in that situation? To begin with, we need to come up with a topic, and for this presentation I'll be researching video games and gun violence. And I choose that because it's something personally interesting to me. As a longtime video game enthusiast, someone who started with the Atari 2600 and had a Nintendo Entertainment System and the Sega Genesis and the PlayStation 1 and now the PlayStation 3 and of course PC gaming and board gaming and role-playing and all of that. As someone who's into that sort of thing, this is a topic that I will find interesting to research, and I've often seen video games connected to or alluded to be connected to gun violence, and so I want to see if there is a connection there. And that's important. You need to be picking a topic that is interesting to you, because if you're just doing this research because you're being assigned to do the research, it's going to get boring really quick. You need to find a way to make this interesting to yourself, and you do that by selecting topics that have personal relevance to your life. So we come up with a topic, and it's just a working topic. So if I can't find enough information on video games and gun violence, I'm going to cast it aside and I'm going to start again, and perhaps by broadening the search to something like video games and violence, and something that you have to play around with. You're not always going to start out with a topic and immediately find a lot of information. You're going to probably have to dig around and think about how you need to reword it, or maybe look at the topic from a different perspective, and it takes some time and it takes some effort. But we also need, along with this, a working thesis. So we have our topic, and a thesis is a clearly stated point of argument. We're going to take that topic and build on it and have an argument come from it. So for my selected topic, I've decided my working thesis or argument is going to be that there is no link between violent video games and gun violence. Now, I don't know that for a fact now, but that's my premise as I get started. Again, this is just a working thesis, and I'll be willing to dispose of it if the evidence proves this statement to be incorrect. So let's start by just entering those basic search terms into library catalog. And you click here. I actually already have a tab open with the search terms. And as I go through this, you're going to see me clicking from tab to tab. I'm using Firefox 3.6, I think. Internet Explorer has tabs as well. Chrome does also, I believe, and on Opera, if you're using Opera, which is a good web browser. Whatever browser you're using, try to learn how to use tabs. It makes things a lot easier when you've got a lot of windows open. So if you see me switching through that, that's what I'm doing. If we just do a basic search here, video games and gun violence, and I just submit, it comes back with only 2 listings, and that's pretty good. You want fewer results as opposed to more results. More results means we have to dig through them, and we need to add search terms. We need to do something to limit that larger search result. So this is pretty limited. We have 2 results.